Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Penfather Pencast with Kenneth from the Penfather. I just was going to go ahead and today we're going to talk a little bit about inking a new Lamy pen. So I've got a bunch of my supplies here, a couple of things that we're going to need in order to be able to do this effectively, and then we will get right on the road. So as you can see here, I've got a couple of different Lamys. They are something that I like quite a bit, but I digress. So here we have a new Lamy, or a new looking Lamy, and what you'll notice when you look at this Lamy is that it actually has, and I've actually already taken this pen apart, so that's why there's like parts seemingly kind of jiggled and stuff. But you'll see that as it comes out of the box, you're going to have it, it's going to look like this. You're going to have your pen, you're going to have your cap, and it's all going to be together. And it's going to have one of these nice little cardboard things on it. Now, the reason it has this cardboard thing on here is because they are attempting to keep the ink that they contain inside of it from going ahead and breaking open and putting ink into the feed and the nib of the pen. So the first thing we're going to do is that Lamy always inks their pen up to test it at the factory. So we want to kind of rinse that out and make sure that we've gotten all of the residue stuff in it that we don't want to have in there for our pens. So typically I keep a little bottle of distilled water. You can buy this stuff at Walmart pretty easily. There's just a bunch of it, a gallon. And what I go ahead and I do is I fill up a little container with it, and then I put a little bit of the distilled water into a baby nose bulb syringe. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip the nib in a little bit of distilled water. We'll just go ahead and do this so that you guys can see it. And that's going to get all the blue kind of to loosen up a little bit and everything else, okay? Then what I'm going to do is after I do that, I'm going to take my syringe, I'm going to fill it with a little bit of water, suck that up. I'm going to take that into the back of the pen, right in there just like that, and I'm going to squeeze the blue through until the water comes out clear, which it is now coming out clear. Oh, and you can see there was some ink in the pen from where they tested it, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shake the excess water out, make sure that it's a little bit dried off. I'm going to take my cartridge, which I got from Lamy, that came with the pen. I'm going to put it in the back of the pen. I'm not actually going to push it in because on the Lamy, like I said, the cardboard is there to keep the pen from going ahead and doing what it's designed to do, because Lamy has engineered this in such a way that as you do this, it will go ahead and it will pop that little cartridge on, and it will start to inject the ink down into the feed and then out the nib. Now, because we did not draw ink up through the nib, we will have to wait a few minutes in order for that to take effect. Now, if in fact we were using bottled ink like this, what we would do is instead of putting this cartridge in here, we would take a cartridge converter. This is a Lamy cartridge converter for this pen, and you'll see on the sides here there are some little notches here that there's some little teeny notches on the side of this. They just slide right into there, just like that. Click, kind of clicks it right in place, and then this is ready to go. Now, again, this is just kind of a twist piston here that goes in there. And so all we have to do to get the ink in there is we just stick it down into the ink, just like this. And then I'm just going to twist that and pull the ink up into the pen. Now, obviously, in this case, what we're doing is we are just kind of picking up the inky water from when we were rinsing it out. But as you can see, that puts ink into the cartridge converter. There is ink now in the nib and feed, and this pen right now, if this was ink and not just dirty water, would be ready to write right there. And as you can see, it is putting a little bit of water down. Now this is too diluted in order to be able to do anything, but you know, that's it. And so guys, that's it. That is how you go ahead and you fill your new Lamy fountain pen with ink and get it ready for you to write with. Until next time.